Right now at noon, drivers taking I-44 on the Will Rogers Turnpike should be aware of construction happening today from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Still pretty chilly out there, but plentiful sunshine as we take a look at the MoDOT camera I-44 and range line. This isn't going to last, though, as we got snow chances coming in this weekend. We'll talk about that coming up.
And Joplin firefighters respond to a number of vacant houses fires in the recent days. KOAM Sagoon Bomandeli catches up with the JFD to learn more about this uptick.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Drivers heading out on the I-44 Will Rogers Turnpike should be aware of some construction work this morning. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Amber Jenkins. Eastbound I-44 Will Rogers Turnpike will be narrowed to one lane from mile marker 307 to mile marker 309 between US 59 Afton State Highway 10 Miami 313. Construction is scheduled from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. this morning for routine surface repairs. Motorists should expect minor travel delays and be aware of workers and equipment in the area. Now, here's Chris with a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we're actually looking pretty decent out there. Take a look at the MoDOT camera, I-44 and range line. We've got plentiful sunshine, makes it seem a lot warmer out there, but it's not really all that warm yet. And here's the deal. We told you we were returning to seasonable and normal temperatures, and that's exactly what happened. Yesterday, we made it up to 44. That's 1 degree shy of the average. Now, our low, though, we started the day at 31, so that's still a few degrees above normal, but now we are not in danger of breaking any records on either side of that. And you can see again where the temperatures were, gosh, look at that on Wednesday, so nice. And then they just kind of dropped back down and they got cold, and that's unfortunately just the way that it is. It's wintertime still. We've got 38 in Iola, 42 in Neodesha, Chanute, Parsons, 41 Chatopa, Miami, 40 in Neosho, 39 in Carthage, and 37 in Lamar, 39 in Joplin as well. Still looking at a high today of roughly 43 degrees. We'll have those mostly clear skies throughout the afternoon, so looking a lot better this afternoon than what we looked the other day. And then on top of that, we have some big changes coming up in the forecast, which we're going to get to when we come back to our full weathercast here in a few minutes. In the meantime, though, take time to scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and get the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. You have the entire Skywatch Weather team in the palm of your hand. And with the incoming changes in the next few days, it's probably going to be pretty handy to have. We'll tell you about those big changes, which include those snow chances, here in a few minutes.
3 area fire departments respond to a restaurant fire near Monette. Just before 5:45 Thursday morning, reports of a fire at Club's Caf south of Monette alerted Berry County Emergency Dispatch. Monette Rural Fire District, Monette City Fire Department, and Purdy Engine all responded. Upon arrival, first responders saw flames coming out of the vent system to the rear of the building and through the front of the building from the kitchen area. Crews managed to bring the fire under control by 6:15. The kitchen sustained most of the damage with smoke affecting the remainder of the building. For the first time since COVID pandemic started, the Joplin Fire Department is inspecting businesses within the city. KOAM Carrie Wharton went with firefighters to find out why these checks are vital.
So as long as you stack stuff and keep an 18-inch clearance from your sprinkler heads.
In addition to fighting fires, the Joplin Fire Department inspects local businesses, making sure they follow code. Each of the 6 fire stations inspect 100 to 200 businesses a year.
So every year we try to inspect every business in the city, and the purpose of those inspections are to make sure that the property is safe and that the occupants have a reasonable expectation of safety while they're there. Plus we want to help protect the property itself.
Regional Eye Center is just one of many businesses they inspect. This was Surgery Center Administrator Lindsay Hobson's first examination.
I wasn't sure all the different places they would need to go to see everything, which was everywhere, all the places.
Grimes said that the first inspection can be stressful, but is also helpful.
So we help them to understand it protects their property, protects the lives of the people that work here, and more importantly, their customers that come and keep them in business.
Very important that we know that everything's in working order and that if we have an emergency that the sprinkler system will work and that they will be able to come quickly and help us.
The walkthrough also allows the department to update information about the business. The captain showed me new software that helps track calls, inspections, and business contact information.
It helps us to do our job more efficiently and effective. It allows dispatch to get us the information faster, which generally translates into a faster response and usually a better outcome.
In Joplin, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
Captain Grimes told KOM that if a business has anything that needs to be changed or added after the inspection, the business usually have 14 days to complete that. A string of recent vacant home fires have caught Joplin firefighters by surprise. KOM Sagun Badeli learned that the department is seeing an uptick in these calls.
The Joplin Fire Department is responding to more vacant structures than they have in the past.
You know, within the city of Joplin, we do seem like we have a lot of structure fires. It's not much more than most communities. A lot of those are within vacant structures, but it's, you know, it's one of those situations where a vacant structure is always going to be at greater risk of having a fire than one that have people in it and tending to it all the time.
Despite the buildings being empty, firefighters must respond.
We don't ever go into the situation thinking that there's no one in it. There could be somebody inside it that may even be in there illegally, and while that's not, you know, someone being in there illegally is not appropriate, it's still someone that we have to go in and save. The second reason that we do it is that if we just let a fire go, then it threatens all of the property around it, and we don't want to see anyone's property get destroyed.
I'm at the Joplin's Police Department where I spoke to a police captain who explains to me the role of police officers in a trespassing case. And he also explains to me what this sheet of paper called a trespass affidavit can do to protect homeowners and their properties.
An additional step that the homeowners can do is come to the Joplin Police Department and they can fill out a trespass affidavit. This is a legal document that's signed by the owner of the vacant property. They provide their contact information and they sign the piece of paper that says that they will assist in prosecution if somebody is located on that property that shouldn't be there.
Getting friendly with neighbors can save a property.
Somebody owns a vacant house, get to know the neighbors. If the neighbors see somebody on that property that shouldn't be there, then they can call the police. And when the police arrive, if that address does in fact have a trespass affidavit on it, it gives us more ability to get that person off that property.
Reporting in Joplin, Shagmamdele, KOAM News.
Both police and fire departments say regardless of the circumstances, protecting the residents of Joplin is their main priority. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on the KOM News at noon, how activists are fighting to keep Roe v. Wade alive 50 years later. And later, we're making a bacon and cheese lover's pie in the Mr. Foods kitchen. Sunday marks the 50th anniversary of the landmark Roe v. Wade U.S. Supreme Court decision that made abortion rights the law of the land. That ruling stood for 49 years until the Supreme Court overturned the ruling last summer. Anti-abortion activists are taking to the streets for the annual March for Life in Washington, D.C. today, the first march since Roe was overturned. Willie James Inman is outside the Supreme Court with the story.
The annual March for Life is taking place for the first time since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Protesters on both sides say the fight over rights is not over. It's just simply switched from the courts to Congress and state legislatures. Marchers are adding a stop this year, walking by the U.S. Capitol, where their abortion rights debate is ongoing.
The only way to restore the protections of Roe is for Congress to pass a national law codifying the right to choose.
But with Congress divided, the most notable fights are taking place in the states. 22 states have already enacted full or partial abortion bans, although some of those have been struck down in the courts. On the other hand, 21 states have enshrined abortion rights into law. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
Vice President Kamala Harris will commemorate the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade with a speech in Florida Sunday. Still to come on KOM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If you woke up this morning and had a hankering for cheese, We know why, and we have the perfect cure for it.
But first, we're taking a look at this forecast for the rest of today and the weekend, where we've got not one snow chance, but another one next week. We'll break it all down coming up. Welcome back to KOAM News at Noon. We've got a pretty chilly day out there, but we are again closer to what we should be for this time of year. So it's just winter has returned. And unfortunately, winter is bringing with it something that some of us absolutely love and some of us absolutely hate. It's 50-50, it seems, across the area. Now, right now, MoDOT camera, I-44 and range line looks great. Look at that clear sky out there. It's wonderful. And we got some not so bad temperatures to go along with it. 39 degrees in Joplin. The good news is the wind has been calm throughout the majority of the day, which is great because we're not dealing with significant wind chills out there. So we got 38 Iola, 39 Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, and Carthage. I lost where we were. I don't know where I am sometimes. 40 Neosho, 41 Miami, 41 in Chitopa. Let's take a look at the rest of today. Still looking at high, right around 43 degrees. We'll have partly cloudy to mostly clear skies throughout the afternoon. So plentiful sunshine out there. And then if you're planning an evening out, it's going to be cold, but otherwise not bad. Mostly clear skies, dropping back through the lower 30s through 11 o'clock tonight. So if you are planning an evening out, make sure that includes something that's indoors or you're bundled up, one or the other. We're going to drop back down to a low of 28 degrees tonight, again putting us right on par for this time of year. Mostly clear skies throughout the evening. Then the changes come, and that's going to be into this weekend and then into next week as well. So as we head into Saturday, we start right around 11 o'clock noon. We'll start to see some rain showers across the area. Most of us will be above freezing. Some of us may be a little cooler, so a wintry mix, maybe even some light snow possible off to the north. And then as the day progresses, the temperatures will begin to fall through the evening. That's what they do at night. And so we'll start to see more of a wintry mix and some light snow across the area. And this could hold on through early Sunday morning, and then it will kick on out of here. And we're not looking at any significant major accumulations out of this. Some of us may see upwards of an inch. Most of us will be lucky to get a dusting out of this system. It's Tuesday that we're keeping an eye on. So as you see, and there was supposed to be a pause back there, but that's all right. We'll work through this. It starts as rain, and then as we go through Tuesday, it turns into a lot more snow. We get on the backside of a low pressure system off to our southeast. That drives in cold air and northerly winds, and with that, we're going to see more of a snow situation as we go through Tuesday, and as you can see, even into early Wednesday morning. By the time about the KOAM Morning News gets started, snow continuing to fall. It will eventually exit by late Wednesday morning, and what it leaves behind is still up in the air right now, but it does look to be our best chance for accumulating snowfall across the region. And of course, we will keep an eye on this for you. You need to keep an eye on it as well and stay with the KOAM Skywatch weather team over the next few days. So slick spots definitely possible Saturday into Sunday. So just watch out for that. 44 Saturday, 37 on Sunday. Monday doesn't look too bad. It's mostly cloudy, but we're at 50 degrees. Not bad whatsoever. And then it's that Tuesday that we are keeping a very close eye on, and we will continue to watch as we get closer. As we mentioned during the morning show, computer models for us meteorologically between now and Tuesday is forever away, and a lot of details will change. So we're looking at a number of different things, and as we get through the weekend and into Monday, we'll have much more exact accumulation totals for you for the Tuesday system. After that, we drop down to 19, 36 on Wednesday, and then back up to 42 by Thursday. So we start to look a little bit better, but as you can see, because it's still going to be pretty chilly, we're not talking about significant melting that's going to take place very quick with any snow we get on Tuesday. So Tuesday's the big system we're watching. Obviously this weekend, be careful, be safe. Slick spots definitely possible. But Tuesday could be our best chance for some accumulating snowfall around the area, and we'll keep an eye on that for y'all.
I appreciate it, Chris. I don't know what happened to those, nice 60, low 70 days,
Well, Mother Nature just said, oh, shoot. It's supposed to be winter in the 4 states, and just, flip the switch, and next thing you knew, winter was back. And here it is, and it's coming back with a vengeance.
We'll roll with the punches. Thank you, Chris. We take this time to honor today's 4-state hero, John Gilbreth. Native to Erie, Kansas, Sergeant Gilbreth served in the Army from 1968 till 1970 in the 8th Battalion. To John Gilbreth, we thank you, our 4-state hero. If you woke up this morning and had a hankering for cheese, we know why, and we have the perfect cure for it. Today, Howard shows us how to make a bacon and cheese lover's pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you woke up this morning and had a hankering for Gouda or Swiss, it's no wonder, since today is National Cheese Lovers Day. Yes, an entire day devoted to every kind of cheese you can think of. Everything from the mildest ones to ones that are so potent they'll knock your socks off. So to celebrate them, we're throwing together a bacon and cheese pie that'll make any cheese lover happy. The first thing we do is grate our cheese. Here I'm using Swiss and cheddar, but if you'd rather use Munster and Jarlsberg or Havarti and Colby Jack, that's fine. Half of this goes in a pie crust, and we top that with a generous amount of crumbled bacon and some chopped spinach. The rest of the cheese goes on, and we pour on some eggs beaten with half and half and a few seasonings. This goes into the oven for about 45 minutes, and once it sets, we let it cool slightly so it can firm up. Does this look cheesy, delicious, or what? If you're a cheese lover, you almost want to dive into it head first. And whether you call it quiche or bacon and cheese lover's pie, my guess is you'll be smiling from your first forkful to your last. And as always, you can find the recipe online. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy, cheesy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market price.
Up to 43 today, watching those rain, snow chances Saturday night into Sunday. And then we're up to 50 by Monday. And then we're watching our next best shot of accumulating snowfall this coming Tuesday. So we're going to keep an eye on that for you. After that, we're 36 Wednesday and up to 42 by next Thursday. So if we do get snowfall on Tuesday, it will not melt very quickly. But we'll keep an eye on that system for you as we get closer.
Got to keep an eye on that snow, am I right?
We do, absolutely.
Well, coming up tonight at 5, a new study is raising new concerns about whether popular UV lights used for gel manicures may be harmful to our health. Researchers test nail polish drying machines commonly found in salons. They found chronic use of the machines can lead to cell death and cancer-causing mutations in human cells. Plus, move over, lunch ladies. Some Carthage students are driving in with a new menu items as they create food truck business plans. And Freeman Health Center doctors talks about the dangers of radon. Join us for those stories and more at KOAM at 5. And I want to say thank you for joining us for KOAM at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5.